Florida is preparing for Hurricane Milton, carrying out its largest evacuation since 2017 after Milton rapidly strengthened from a tropical storm to a major Category 5 hurricane. Milton is still packing ferocious winds of up to 155 miles per hour as it moves past the northern edge of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. Forecasters from the National Hurricane Center say, potentially catastrophic, storm surges are possible along coastal areas. This is almost like 3 times the threshold that is used. So, yeah, this is definitely off the charts, Kartik Balaguru, a climate scientist at the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, says. Only Hurricane Wilma in 2005 and Hurricane Felix in 2007 have strengthened more rapidly than that, the National Hurricane Center says. Hurricane Helene made landfall in Florida's Big Bend region on September 26 as a Category 4 storm, bringing a 15-foot storm surge to the area before tearing a devastating path across southeastern states up to North Carolina and leveling entire communities along the way. Milton could prove to be even more dangerous to Florida, in particular, as it barrels toward more populated regions along the state's western coast. Hurricane Milton continued tracking eastward as a powerful Category 4 storm early Tuesday morning, with forecasts showing it on a path to hit Florida's Gulf Coast midweek. The storm was moving at 12 miles per hour over warm waters in the Gulf of Mexico and had maximum sustained winds of 155 miles per hour, the National Hurricane Center said. This is an extremely life-threatening situation and residents should follow advice given by local officials and evacuate immediately if told to do so, the Hurricane Center warned. The area is home to the picturesque colonial-era city of Merida, population 1.2 million, several Maya ruins popular with tourists and the port of Progreso. In Florida, counties along the western coast ordered people in low-lying areas to take shelter on higher ground. Pinellas County, which includes St. Petersburg, said it ordered the evacuation of more than 500,000 people. Lee County said 416,000 people lived in its mandatory evacuation zones. At least 6 other coastal counties ordered evacuations, including Hillsborough County, which includes the city of Tampa. With one final day for people to evacuate on Tuesday, local officials raised concerns of traffic jams and long lines at gas stations. Relief efforts remain ongoing throughout much of the U.S. Southeast in the wake of Helene, a Category 4 hurricane that made landfall in Florida on Sept. 26, killed more than 200 people and caused billions of dollars in damage across 6 states. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is running out of staff to deal with the potential devastation of Hurricane Milton as it barrels toward Tampa with wind speeds that have reached 155 miles per hour. The hurricane warnings prompted a slew of closures. The Tampa Bay International Airport will halt flights at 9 a.m. local time. Schools in more than 20 counties were slated to close Tuesday. The University of Florida and several other colleges canceled classes this week. President Joe Biden approved an emergency declaration for Florida on Monday and authorized the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to coordinate disaster relief. Local officials issued widespread mandatory evacuation orders for many communities in Florida, including for parts of Lee, Hillsborough, and Sarasota counties. Florida is still reeling after Hurricane Helene, and Governor Ron DeSantis promised on Monday an around-the-clock effort to clear debris before Milton arrives. DeSantis issued emergency declarations for 51 counties in advance of the storm. Preparations and evacuations were underway today along Florida's Gulf Coast, where Hurricane Milton was intensifying into a potentially catastrophic Category 5 storm less than 2 weeks after Helene bore down on the southeast. In downtown Fort Myers, crews boarded up